Welcome to another edition of the Red Phoenix
Yay!
Gaming Podcast. Doing a podcast. It is November 7th, 2007. We are on 007. We have a
Amazing.
whole lot of sevens, although it's 2014. We are, in fact, on podcast number 7. It's been a full week of podcasts, even though we've done this over like 8 weeks, but it's cool. So here we go. We're going to talk about some gaming news and stuff and things that happened this week. I am, as always, Derek, and with me, as always, again, is Michelle.
Hi.
Hey. So, well, let's get into it. What do you got for me,
Do you know what I
Michelle?
did this week? I'm going to tell
What did
you.
you do this
So
week?
I went to this dental convention and we had these like motivational speakers and stuff and things, and you sit there and you listen to them lecture. And there was this lady, she was very entertaining, and she made us get up and revert to our 4 and 5 year old selves, and we had to throw our arms up in the air and go ta-da. And all I could think about is my 2 year old doing that over and over and over again. And she made us do it like 5 times. But I tell you what, it makes you feel good. So if you're ever having like a sad or bad moment, or like just forget today, just throw your arms up in the air like you're 6 years old and go ta-da.
I I will use that the next time I'm having a sad or bad. Ta-da!
Totally. It
There
totally
it
works.
is. I did it.
Ta-da!
Did it.
It's
Done it.
amazing. Everybody should do it. All right, let's talk about stuff and things.
Sounds good.
Let's talk about
What do you want to talk about?
Borderlands. We haven't
Or
played Borderlands in a while.
in like a whole week.
I know, and they've already have DLC dropping in on the 11th.
Damn you, Call of Duty!
Do you know what it is? The first
I
DLC drop?
I do know what it is.
What is
Isn't
it?
it the you get to play as like Handsome Jack?
Handsome Jack.
Although I think it's like a clone, right? It's not actually him.
Right.
It's like a one of his body doubles
Right.
with digital versions of
Yeah,
him that run around with
he
you.
spawns like duplicates of himself that fight for you.
That's pretty cool.
That's super cool.
I think when we go and play a new game, that's going to be the character I choose next. I was thinking I was going to do the frag trap, but I think Handsome Jack's going to be the way to go.
Yeah, I love it. I would not mind if you guys are listening, which you're not because you're not our subscriber. But if you guys are listening, I would really, really appreciate a siren, please and thank you,
Truth.
please and thank you, because it's been difficult for me.
Maybe they'll bring him back for the next villain that they bring in.
I'd be okay with that. But you could get the this DLC. It's selling for $10, or you can pick up the season pass for $30.
It's pretty sweet. And the thing about Borderlands that I find interesting is that the entire time you kind of get the perspective from the villains, which is cool, and yet at the same time, it's kind of like it's a different idea. There are a few games that do it where you play as the quote unquote villain, like Assassin's Creed does it with Haytham, and they have the new one coming out with AC Rogue, and obviously you play as like Nisha or Wilhelm or the chick that you are. I can't think of her name, the gladiator there,
Yeah.
but I mean, ultimately, you're playing as the villains from Borderlands 2. So, what are your thoughts about playing as a villain? Does it give you like an idea into their psyche, or like
I
what are
love
your?
it. I'm really enjoying it because you're seeing it from a totally different perspective. And, you do get to run into some characters from the first and second Borderlands. I don't want to give anything away. But, we've interacted with some other characters that you've played as or with previously. So I like it. I like seeing, because Jack is he's not the same dude that he was when we played before. So it's nice to have that other perspective.
Yeah, I found it funny when we were playing the other day, and you're like, I actually kind of like Jack, and
I
I was like,
know.
no, I was like, no, you don't. Stop. Like something's gonna happen. It has to happen. So, I'm anxious to see what ends up becoming of this,
Yeah, I
and
have my thoughts and my own opinions on what's going to go down.
Right, and I guess we'll see when we get there.
We shall.
Moving over to Destiny news. Can't say it. It's like a tongue twister.
They
Only
have
it's not.
they have DLC coming out
They
too, right?
do. Yeah. I mean, they have a bunch of DLC that's going to be coming out. There's, I think, a season pass for that too. But they've been finding people have been going in like finding pieces of maps already, like accidentally glitching through walls or whatever the case may be, and they already have DLC installed on the disc. So basically, they just give you a code and it unlocks that section of map. What are your thoughts on this or feelings? Like, are you okay with them basically selling DLC even if it's already in the game?
I think so. I think they're only sending over pieces. They only sent pieces over with the actual game. So I think you're still going to have to download the rest of it. And I think they're doing it to save time and space. Am I right? Like they're trying to
Yeah,
save, and I think that's okay. I mean, I know we'll talk about this later. I had some serious issues downloading a game recently.
yeah,
So I think that them, getting some stuff out of the way, it's beneficial to them so they don't have to worry about it when they do drop the DLC because they already did it ahead of time, and it's beneficial to us because it saves us time and space. And so I'm okay with that. I think it's helpful to everybody.
right. And I mean, I don't know how I feel about it. I think that everything on the disc should be unlocked because you're paying for the disc, but I get why they do it, and I appreciate it when I'm downloading the DLC that it's only a 4 gig file instead of a 30 gig file.
Right.
So I get it, but I prefer if they just gave me everything, I guess.
I hear you.
Also with Destiny, have you seen that they already announced Destiny 2?
Yeah.
It's already in the works. Like they've had the game out for almost 2 months now.
Good for
It,
them though. They're
we're not
they're
even at 2 months.
they're looking forward. They're looking ahead.
Yeah, and I guess they have like a 10-year plan where they're going to be pushing out other things. So maybe Destiny's this year, and I don't know if it'll pull a 1 year turnaround or 2 years, but we'll have Destiny 2, and then they say they're going to have a bunch of other things coming out um, in that partnership there. So I'm anxious to see what happens with it, and I think Destiny 2 is going to be as fun as Destiny 1 was, as long as they keep dancing and
Yeah, maybe
sit.
they have like a WoW vision where it's just gonna go forever.
Yeah, I could see that happening actually. I could see the Destiny 2 almost being like an expansion pack
Yeah.
from Destiny 1 where you can carry over your character or something. So if the level cap ends up being 30 or well, it's 30 now. So if the cap ends up being like 50 and you get Destiny 2, it might start you out at your level 50.
Yeah. And then there's just new planets or something like that. I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think I'd be on board for them to do something like that. I know a different first person shooter, Call of Duty.
Advanced Warfare.
Advanced Warfare. So we have a lot to talk about this today.
We've been playing
Um,
that since Monday.
we have. And what are your thoughts of it so far?
I love it. I'm enjoying the single player a lot. Anytime a new Call of Duty comes out, they always make changes, and I'm always super hesitant about it because it's different, and I'm a creature of habit, and change makes me uncomfortable. But I made a change this year, and I decided that even though this was so different from any Call of Duty we've ever played before, in my opinion, I decided that I'm going to go into it with a completely different attitude and not bitch about what I think it's going to happen or how I think it's going to be or how much I think it's, a bit more. I don't know. I just decided to go in not complaining about things because that's what I usually do. Oh, I don't want that. This is going to be stupid. It's going to be hard. And it's actually been great. The single player so far, love it. I feel that the cinematic cutscenes are incredible. And even the multiplayer, it's, in my opinion, so far, it's going a lot more smoothly than Call of Duty Ghosts.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm 110% on board with everything you just said. I've we kind of talked about this, walking into a game and treating it as its own game instead of a member of a series or member of a family. And we kind of did that with this game. More so to the point of we tempered our expectations and kind of came in. We're kind of surprised about a lot of things. Like you said, the single player is great so far. I don't know what the story is going to be because obviously we haven't played through it and we've been playing multiplayer like crazy. But the single player is good. The multiplayer is good. I think it's better than Ghost for sure.
Yeah.
Um, but it's definitely something that I was really excited for, and it hasn't let me down. So I'm pretty stoked for it. I'm also stoked that it has a zombie mode.
Yeah. You can actually you get a sneak peek if there's like an exo survival mode co-op that if you complete all the challenges in there, you get to go in and play one of the maps, one of the zombie maps that should be released later on, probably with the DLC.
Yeah, it looked really cool. And I, speaking of being, released the DLC, what are your thoughts on that? I mean,
It's so
it's like a
expensive.
well, it's expensive and it's a game. It's a game mode that's standalone. Like zombies, basically in previous games has been like you have single player, you have multiplayer, and then you have co-op mode. And the co-op mode was zombies. So it was almost like a standalone. Should be part of the game. Was already in the initial game. Is it okay for them to put it as DLC and
I,
like?
I think it kind of stinks that they did that, but on the other hand, I really feel like zombies is Treyarch's thing.
Yeah,
And so I feel like if when Treyarch does their next game, I feel like if they tried to charge us for zombies, I feel like that would just be
a
not
slap
very
in the
nice.
face.
Yeah. I don't necessarily think this one should, be included with the DLC, but it is what it is. And I'm going to get the DLC, and I think it's really expensive, but I get it every single time, and I get all the maps. And the one thing that I really had some difficulty with, and I know a lot of people did, was downloading this game.
Yeah.
I
Well,
got the
yeah, we were
game.
gonna talk about this next.
Yeah,
That was
I got the game, and I put it in, and you get halfway done with it and it tells you can play. And I go in to play it and it gets loaded and it starts, and then it tells me that I have to download an update already. That's fine. That happens. I wasn't upset about that. But every time I would go into the game at first, it would start doing this downloading, and then it would pause and say paused. And then it would go back and forth and my bar wouldn't move up. And then when it would finally move up, because I had to actually delete the download, go offline, start downloading it again, all over again. I'd hit that halfway mark. I'd get online to talk. It would tell me that I would have to do the upload, and then I would start over from scratch. So what I had to do was I had to delete the whole stupid thing, go offline, download the whole stupid game to 100%, go online. I didn't go into a chat, which is still broken, by the way. I didn't go into a chat, and I downloaded the update. And once I had everything downloaded at 100%, and then I started to play, then I was fine. But it was very, very frustrating.
yeah, we ran in the same thing. I was stupid enough to try to pre-order the game hours before it came out and it didn't download in time. So I actually wasn't able to even get the game going. My wife wasn't even able to get the game going until like 3 o'clock the next day. And it was downloaded at like 1 or 2, but then it had to update, like you said, and it actually sat there at 99%, wouldn't move. And online it says, oh, you just do this, this, and this, and then it works. And she did it and it didn't work. So she actually found out talking to her friend that if she just got into the game, it like updated for her or did whatever, and it ended up working. So um it's something that they're gonna have to iron out for sure going moving forward. But it's it is what it is at this point. Obviously, since we've gotten in there, it's been more or less fine.
Yeah, totally.
Do you think Advanced Warfare is better than Ghost? I mean, according to analysts, they say that like Advanced Warfare is going to sell less in units than Ghost will, but do you think it's a better game? And do you think it's like it's a tragedy that it's going to sell less because people are just sick of the Call of Duty series?
To be fair, I haven't finished the game, so I enjoy playing all the Call of Duty single player campaigns. Every single one of them. I thoroughly enjoy playing them. Every single one I've ever played. I did enjoy playing Call of Duty Ghost single player. I liked it. Um I like this one. As far as what I've seen as of now, and today's only Friday and we've only had since Monday, the multiplayer is superior. As far as outselling, I don't know. Maybe they will. First of all, Christmas is coming, so you have that. A lot of people will get that as gifts for Christmas, so it's kind of hard to tell with the holidays coming up who if
Right.
they're gonna how much more they're gonna sell. Number two, you hope that once people start doing reviews and sticking it up online and streaming it on something like Twitch, other people will see it and be like, "Oh my God, look at the improvements," and then maybe go out and buy it. So I don't. It's hard to tell who's gonna outsell who, and it would be a shame if people did get sick of it. But I could see that happening because they've had like 632 and a half Call of Duties put out.
Well, right. And do you think it's almost getting to the point where modern versions of war games are getting stale? I mean, these are at the point where they're actually futuristic. So like at
It's a whole new
at least
beast.
at least to my knowledge, we don't have any exosuits running around unless they have prototypes that are in Area 52 or Area 51 or Area 50 or something crazy like that. But like we're at the point now where our Call of Duty games are all caught up to where we are in real life,
I
to the
love
point
Call of
where
Duty.
yeah,
I will continue to play it. If they do more futuristic stuff, fine. If they go into space, fine. If they want to backtrack and go back in time again and do some more Vietnam stuff or World War II stuff, I would continue to play.
well, right, and I mean, like the devs have actually talked about in Advanced Warfare since it came out that they would want to see another World War II or World War One Call of Duty game come out with our generation tech, and I mean, I get that. I think it would be great to reboot, but when do you actually think we're gonna see it? I mean,
Depends
Ghost
that you
came
have
out.
three people, three different companies working on Call of Duty, so it just depends.
Who's your favorite to this point? Is it
Tra-
Treyarch
it
Infinity
is.
Ward or
It's Treyarch because they give me the zombies.
is it just based on zombies?
It's always zombies. Zombies are life.
I'm such a nerd.
I love zombies. Nobody wants to play zombies with me anymore. It hurts me.
Well, if you had a PS4, you could always play zombies with people on SharePlay,
Sure plays a good system that they have.
except for the fact that they don't allow you to play it on SharePlay.
Well, this is the thing with share. Who? This is the thing with SharePlay. Developers can choose to allow to have their game shared or not, which is
Right,
fine. That's their prerogative. And with Call of Duty right now, SharePlay was so brand new when they just shoved out their first game. I think they need to look and see how compatible it's going to be,
right.
that kind of stuff. And once they, see how well that works, then they can make the decision. Maybe they won't let you do it. Maybe they say, "Hey, you know what? We're here to make money. If you want to play this game, you got to go out and buy your own game."
Right, and I get that completely. I Call of Duty is actually uh not really in the wrong here in my opinion. They're one of 14 games right now on PS4 that block SharePlay.
Yeah.
Others being like Wolfenstein, which is a single player game, Tomb Raider, which is a single player game, Thief, Rayman Legends, Minecraft, like all of those are, and those are like the bigger ones. All of those ones are obviously games that you wouldn't necessarily see them being multiplayer games. I know that Far Cry's doing it, and it just like throws a random NPC in with you, and that's your player too. But like, I think that the games that shouldn't do SharePlay, I guess. And we kind of talked about SharePlay last time, saying like it's a good avenue for people who aren't sure about the game. But if I was playing Shadow of Mordor and all of a sudden somebody hopped in and they were like my friend, some other human that just happened to run around and kill orcs with me, I probably wouldn't be angry about that. But I feel like that's a single player game and I should enjoy the single player experience without anyone else.
No, I completely agree with you. And also at the same time, though, because we touched on this a bit before, Shadow of Mordor, I would like to give that a roll and see how it is and give it a try. I feel like if somebody's unsure about buying this Call of Duty because it is so different and maybe they are burnt out about it, something like SharePlay would be a good avenue for them to go ahead, try it, and then go out and purchase it.
Right. Well, where do you think games are moving? I mean, do you think that they're going to be uh moving towards like a streaming service, moving towards like because obviously they're trying to get away from discs as fast as possible.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, places like GameStop is just going to be old, used, old generation stuff because someday they're just not going to. You're going to get this game that is exclusively going to be for download only, and it's going to be a big game. You
Right.
know, the Xbox One, PlayStation 4 came out. There are companies that have not made new games for those. They've made new games, excuse me, they made new games for those and did not make them available to 360 or PlayStation 3.
Right.
So I really feel like maybe not necessarily with this generation, but maybe with the next gen or the gen after that, there will be no disk drive. It's all going to be download. And
I
I
really
better
don't
get a
even
bigger hard drive. Do you hear me? Bigger
well
hard drive.
they speaking of bigger hard drives, you can actually put in a USB 3 hard drive
I
and
don't
it's
have time for
fast.
that. Nope.
It's actually faster than the hard drive you currently have in your box, in your Xbox.
Giggity.
So yeah, Gaby. So like if you end up getting like a 2 or 3 terabyte hard drive and you use it as your normal storage, it should actually have faster transfer rates than your Xbox 500 gig hard drive. But going back for a second to where games are going, like I think that what is ultimately going to happen is basically you're going to have a PC
No,
and
I'm never going to have a PC.
your PC or you're going to have some sort of a box and your box is going to be probably A customizable the same way that a PC would be and B have different levels. So like if you think like I really don't think they're going to bring out another Xbox after the Xbox One. I don't see another one in the future. What I see is they're going to create Xbox as a streaming service. It's going to go either right to your PC or to a little like
Like
Chrome
a
device,
Roku,
Roku that goes right into your TV,
Apple
and
TV.
you're just going to be able to stream your games.
That's a whole lot of nothing for me.
And
I'm nope.
I
All of the
agree.
nopes
I'm not a
because
fan. I
it's
like to have
so
the physical thing.
broken still. Like I'm so frustrated the last few days with the Xbox Live chat, with the freaking parties. It is still a mess. It's still a mess in my
Well,
opinion, and I'm
no,
really frustrated.
they do have some issues still that they're going to have to iron out, but I
It's
really
been a really
feel
long
like
time. It's been a year. It's been a year. I got my Xbox One a year ago.
I
Like,
understand.
I'm really angry about this. It's really frustrating.
I get it, and
It's your
they're gonna have some
fault.
things to no, they're gonna have some things to iron out. But you got to remember that the 360 was
I
uh
don't remember. It red
the th-
ringed and I had to
the,
send it back and I blocked all of those bad memories out.
the 360 was around for like what 7 years before the Xbox One came out. So they have 7 years of advancing tech to come up with something to come up with their next box. They're not going to come out with another. They're
Or
going to come
is
out
it
with
going
the
to take them
Xbox
7
Two.
years to fix what they have already?
I hope not.
I'm so frustrated. I just want
You should just get out of the beta, and then you don't have to worry about any of
I'm
those.
not in the beta anymore. I don't download that stuff anymore because it's so broken.
You're broken. I don't know. I could definitely see them pushing out some sort of streaming box, but it's not going to be a heavy box. It's going to be something that you pay for a subscription. You put it in your house,
I'm already paying for a subscription.
and you can stream whatever games you
That'll
want.
never happen
It
because
will.
you'll
It
have
will.
to you got to pay for your regular subscription, but then you're going to have to go in and pay for the games. And why am I going to continue to pay for a subscription? Okay, you know what?
You already
Let's just
do.
wait till the future. Let's just wait for the future.
You already do this.
I
You already
know,
pay for
I know,
Xbox
but I
Live
only
and
do
then
it
pay for the
annually. I
games.
feel like if they do that, it's going to be more expensive and it's going to be broken and I'm going to be just as frustrated. So in 5 years, maybe when we have 2 people that listen to us as subscribers, they'll hear me complaining about the Xbox Infinity that just
Nope.
like plugs into the side of your TV into an HDMI port, and then it
Nope.
doesn't work.
No, what's going to happen is you're just going to have a computer and you're going to be able to run everything off of your
No,
browser.
no.
Yep.
I'm in denial. Let's move on because I'm in denial. No.
Denial's a river in Egypt. Ha,
See
zing.
what you did there.
All right. Well, we'll keep with the FPS um ideal here,
Well,
seeing as how
speaking of streaming, actually, now that you said that, I just thought of something. Um,
you said you didn't want to talk about this anymore.
no, no, no. It's Steam.
Steam, yes.
One day,
One day.
once upon a time, all the stuff for the new Assassin's Creed games and one other game. I cannot
Fallout
remember. It's a
or Far Cry.
Far Cry. We're all on Steam.
Yes.
Advertised, pre-orderable, blah blah blah. And
Yep.
then you wake up the next day, gone.
Truth.
Which was a little bit shocking. I don't use Steam. Do you? Have you bought anything or got anything on Steam?
I haven't bought anything recently because we both only really play on console anymore. So there's no point in me going into Steam. My gaming PC is actually being used as an photography editing PC, so
Ah, yeah.
it's not my PC anymore, basically. But uh, yes, I saw that the what's the name? Ubisoft, whatever. They
Those
had things that
guys
were on there and then they got taken off, but it has since gone
gone
back
back
up,
up.
I believe. Yeah, um they were removed and I think it was like a matter of a couple of maybe a day or two or um yeah, I don't know, but it's been put back up there and it still shows that they're not really sure why they were removed in the first place.
Nice. Well, thank you,
So,
Valve, for fixing that. Also, by the way, can I get Portal 3? Thank you very much.
so there was three games that were taken down, and three is one less than four. Half-Life 4 or Fallout 4 confirmed.
That'd be
Half-Life
nice.
3 confirmed. There were three games. Half-Life 3 confirmed.
Oh my gosh! All right. Moving along,
They did that on purpose.
on and on.
The FPSs, because we like first-person shooters so much.
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, yeah, buddy.
So
They're
it'll
having a
be,
first-person mode.
yeah, 1080p and 30 frames per second for
I'm getting
PlayStation
it.
4 and Xbox One.
Absolutely.
Did you watch the video footage of the first person shooter? It's pretty
I
cool.
Yeah, I did. It looks really good, and it's you know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be Battlefield Hardline, almost exactly. So we don't even have to get Battlefield Hardline.
It's a new perspective, and that's so I like that these games are doing this where they're taking the old and they're kind of doing a little bit of a twist on it and making it a little bit fresh.
Yeah, yeah, it's really an interesting idea, and I'm definitely a fan of GTA. Uh, Kind of changing their traditional third person, like the top down third person type look, and moving it into a first person, or at least have it be toggleable, because I think that it's definitely a different way to play the game, and um, I'm going to be one of those people that actually uses it.
It's pretty neat. I like it. I like
Absolutely.
it a lot.
I like it a lot. Let's see what else we got here. Destiny is still crushing it.
Murdering.
Boom. Done. They did it. We did it.
They have nine and a
Although,
half million users, they say.
yeah, and I don't really. I guess we have to they have to specify what registered users are
Well,
because
remember when we first started the game? Didn't it make you like sign in with an email address?
yeah, but like
So I feel like
if we're
anybody who did it, even if you don't have like an Xbox Live and like your little brother wants to go in and play, maybe.
right. Well, yeah, but if we're registered users, we're really pulling down their average because we haven't played it in month.
Right, but we still
One
registered and
month.
we still played it and we still bought the game. They said the average player plays 3 hours a day.
Right. We're not that average player,
No,
which
plus
means
we gotta go
somebody's
work.
Somebody's playing 6 hours a day for us.
I know. Well, we don't even play Call of Duty 3 hours a day, and that's the new one.
Well, you don't, because you're sick.
I'm not. Oh, that's true. I feel much better. I feel much more better. I helped drink 2 bottles of wine at lunch today, so
So you're good.
I'm good
Good
to
to
go.
go. Well, yeah, um, I'd like to know what their registered users are, but 9.5 million users is still pretty good. It's pretty
You
interesting,
should
and
email them.
it's more interesting. Yeah, we should. We should. It's more interesting that it's 3 hours a night
That's your
per.
job.
I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it right now.
You're gonna do that, and you're gonna put the response up on our website. Hear that? Hear that?
Why are registered
Spell out
users?
Y though. Don't use the letter Y.
Why you do this?
Send it from our Gmail account.
I am from my Gmail account.
No, Red Phoenix Gaming Gmail.
Don't tell them we have a Red Phoenix Gaming Gmail. People are gonna start spamming us now.
Red Phoenix Gaming at gmail.com. Just like Red Phoenix Gaming
At
.com
loserface.com.
or Facebook Red Phoenix Gaming or
Like Red Phoenix Gaming at redphoenixgaming.com.
and that's RedFenixGaming.
Lose your face.
That cuts deep.
Not you.
Deep, Felicia.
I was just filling in the at
Oh,
.coms.
all right.
Yeah. Hey, Michelle, I have a question for you.
I'm ready.
Do you like free stuff?
I love free stuff.
Are you a PlayStation Plus user?
Not currently, but yes.
Wow. She's like, you had to think about it for a while
This is
because you
what
haven't turned your
happens.
PlayStation in years.
I have to go out and get a 12-month subscription, and
Yes.
I don't want to put my card on their website.
Just put it on, buy it, and then take it off.
I know I need to do that. And so it expired and it emailed me that it expired and I just haven't gone back on to put my stuff back in again because I'm going to make my husband buy me the card at the store for the 12
Senior
months.
money bags.
Yes. Buy
Well,
me.
did you know that with PlayStation Plus, you can get games such as Injustice, Gods Among Us?
Oh, that's like they're free for gold. The PlayStation.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty nice. I
Yeah.
didn't play that. Did you?
I
good
did. I
stuff?
played it. I played it on the 360 before it got ported over to the new systems, and I actually liked it. I'm kind of a fan of fighting games.
Is that what it
Uh,
is? Is it kind of like a Street Fighter but with superheroes?
Yeah, Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, something of that nature. And they, like the 1v1 type thing. But it's an interesting take on the superheroes, and it's really pretty cool. And I'm a fan. And they actually also have Injustice coming out for it too. So I think it's First Light though. It's not the other
Infamous?
Infamous.
Ah,
What I say?
yes.
Injustice.
Injustice. That's okay. You repeated yourself.
We talked about Injustice already.
No
Yes,
judgment.
Infamous First Light, I believe, is coming out as well for free.
That'll be
So
good. Free is
it's pretty
great.
cool. But that leads me to my question: do you think PlayStation or Xbox has better free games?
I don't know. I feel like sometimes they're either of them are hit or miss. I don't think I will play Injustice. I might play Infamous, but Xbox, the last game that they put out that was free that I downloaded was Dishonored because I loved that game.
No.
But then they got that weird guacamole game, and I downloaded that, and I thought it was stupid.
Super Time Force?
I don't want to talk about that one either. That was terrible. But I guess those are, small game developers, right? They're like,
Well, yeah, but that leads to question: are they going to come out with any AAA game developers that are like, I don't know, Dead Rising or Rise for that matter, which they've been rumoring is going to be the December games with gold, but like, do you really see that happening, or do you think they're going to stick with the
they
indie
should, but I
developer?
really feel like it's based on the developer itself. Maybe they're not going to these bigger games and saying, yo, let me give your stuff away, you know?
Maybe, I guess. I don't know. I think that Xbox needs to do a better job with their free games because PlayStation is crushing them. PlayStation right now has like 26, I believe, free games, and Xbox has 8. for the current gen
Part of me is really
consoles.
sad that we're playing Call of Duty on stupid Xbox right now because it's so frustrating to play on. In case
Well,
I didn't make that clear.
it's better to be playing it on Xbox than it is to be
I
playing
know
on
you get the
PlayStation and PC
DLC.
right now.
Get all that
No,
DLC first.
not even for that though. They've been having huge issues on PlayStation and PC in the single player and the multiplayer, crazy lag. Like we actually have it good, and that's saying
That's
something.
good. That's good stuff.
Oh, well, it is November, so you know that with November comes No Shave November.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about because I'm not a dude.
Well, what they do is they raise awareness and or money for prostate cancer,
Oh, okay.
I believe. And um, so you just don't shave all month,
Just for the month of November.
just for the month of November.
Okay.
Well, Assassin's Creed, I think, is not a fan of No Shave November because they went ahead and put DLC inside of shaving cream containers. They put codes right on their shaving cream containers.
Oh, wait. Wait. For the game?
Yeah, like you buy shaving
What
cream
kind of shaving
and
cream is it?
it's Edge shaving cream, so it's the gel Edge shaving cream, and you can either get a sword, an armor, or an assassin hood all through the shaving cream, which
Oh,
is, I guess, an interesting idea.
oh, so
But
it's not really like something special. It's just gear. I guess that's okay. Maybe I could go like shopping and stock up for shaving cream for my husband and steal the codes, and then when he shaves in December, he'll be all set for the rest of the year with
what
three
happens if
cans of
you
shaving cream.
don't have said husband and you want to get these things? You're gonna go waste money
Then when I
for.
go shave my legs, I'm gonna smell like a man.
Oh, I guess that's one way to look at it.
No fruity tooty. It'll be manly, manly smell. That's all. It's okay.
Why don't they get on board with somebody else who has like a feminine thing? They should do that, seeing as how they just got done taking flack for not
Dear
having a chick
Ubisoft, can you
assassin.
please put some codes in some tampons, please? That's awkward. They're not going to do
Just be
that.
like Venus, the leg, like the shaving razor kit
They should
thing.
have done Edge and then a chick one, but are they trying to
Yeah,
say that chicks don't play video games?
that's what I'm asking
Oh,
you.
oh no. That is my jam, Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, she's a gamer girl.
No, it was nice talking to all of you. This will be my last podcast forever because I'll be going to jail because I'm going to drive to Derek's house and run him down. Not really. I could be a dick and swat you.
Don't swat. Swatting is awful.
So bad.
Who got swatted?
Um, one of the one of the executives at Bungie
Oh no,
at 3 o'clock in the morning.
bruh.
Scumbags. It took the police like an hour to like collect all the information to figure out that some jerk face swatted him. It's so stupid. Shame on you.
Yeah, I really don't get this
You're
at
gonna get
all.
jail and like a fine, like if they find out who it is, because I don't think they found out who did it. You're so stupid.
Yeah, but really, I don't understand it because you are like, you're wasting a whole bunch of money and resources on cops
What if
and
someone had an emergency and all the
people.
police were thinking somebody was had hostages? We had hostages downtown yesterday while I was at my thing. Did you hear about that?
I didn't hear about that. Were they actually hostages or were they
Sorry for
SWAT?
the sidebar. Some dude walks into a pawn shop.
Dude walks into a bar, pawn shop,
That's exactly what this sounds like. Walks into a pawn shop and he's like,
and says, "I want to sell my leg."
"Can I see that shotgun?" And the dude's like, "Yeah, here's that shotgun." Pulls a slug out of his pocket and loads the freaking shotgun.
Oh my
For
gosh.
real, who does that? It was a terrible ending. I will say that the three people that were in the pawn shop that were quote unquote the hostages, two of which were armed because in a pawn shop, I
Yeah.
guess they carry sidearms. Um, and they did not have to do anything. They were behind protected glass, bulletproof glass, and the gunman made poor choices and used the shotgun on himself, and sadly, but all the other people were safe, and there was a restaurant next door, and they were all evacuated and stuff. But who does that? Use your
Yeah,
head.
that's an awful. Um,
But it does sound like a horrible joke. Guy walks into a pawn shop. He's got a slug in one pocket. Asks to see the shotgun. Loads it. That's terrible.
yeah, that I don't know where you're going with that joke. I
I
have a
don't know
joke.
either. You'd think it would be going somewhere good, but it's awful.
I have a blonde joke. A blonde walks into a pawn store. She says, "I want that TV." The pawn owner says, "We don't sell, we don't sell anything to blondes." She goes, "Fine." She leaves. She dyes her hair red. She comes back to the store. Says, "I want to buy that TV up there." The store owner says, "We don't buy any, or we don't sell anything to blondes." She said, "How do you know I was a blonde?" He says, "Because that's not a TV, it's a microwave."
You stupid.
You'll stupid. Back to swatting real quick.
Swatting. Terrible. Shame
So
on you.
yeah, so if the person's caught, they only face a year in jail, which I say only, but like I think it should be way worse. And the fine's only 5 grand. You could possibly be ruining somebody's life.
It's been terrible. I don't get it. Like, what are these people gaining from it? Is it like a joke? It's gross. Like, be a grown up. How about I come
Yeah,
beat you down?
it's getting to the point where swatting is becoming a joke. It really is. To the point where like what was it, in April they raided some guy because he beat another player in Call of Duty. Like
Yeah,
that's
terrible. And then
why?
the creatures, their business got swatted, and it was right near a school. Come on,
Right. They had to evacuate everyone. Like that's nuts.
you guys
I
suck.
don't SWAT. We've already done a PSA on this.
Yeah, don't do it. What else you got?
Um, DLC. How much is too much?
I don't think there's ever too much DLC. What do you
Well, The
mean?
Witcher 3 is getting 16 free DLC packs.
Wait a minute, free? Like they
Free.
don't have to pay for it?
16 free DLC drops.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, it
Like
makes
I
me kind
wish
of want to get The Witcher.
I wish Call of Duty would do that. Can I get some free DLC? That's pretty cool.
Can I get some free DLC or nah?
That's nice. I think that's nice for them to do. What kind of
Yeah,
game is that? I don't know anything about The Witcher.
it's like a RPG with like griffins and dragons, and you run around and stab people with your sword.
Cool.
But it's all you need to do to get the DLC is buy the game, and once you have the game, you can download it on any platform, PC, Xbox One, PS4, whatever. And
That's pretty neat. Like if I had a game that I loved and they wanted to give me 16 DLC drops that weren't costing me money, I'd be okay with that. Well, but think about it. How many Call of Duty drops do we get? 3?
4.
4 with 4 maps in each.
Yep,
So
usually.
this is kind of the equivalent, except they're being really generous and not making you pay $50 for it.
Yeah, and on top of that, the you get the DLC no matter what. So if I buy the game when it's $20 or I buy the game brand new, I'll get the DLC for it,
Oh,
which
that's
is really
nice.
cool.
And what do? You just go in and like download it when it's available off the download the
Yep,
dashboards and
off
stuff.
of their store wherever it may
That's
be.
good.
So I
They
wish
get the
more
kudos of
games
the
would.
week. I just made that up. Kudos to you guys.
Let's see. The only other thing I have is on Phil Spencer. I was going to ask you what your thoughts were so far and where you think Xbox is going. I know you have some. I was going to say I know you have some ill will here, but think about Xbox a year ago and
This is
how
what I
it
feel
was.
like. You want to know how
Hold
I feel
on, let
about?
me
Okay,
finish
all
my
right.
point. And
All right, all right.
all right, all right. Um, if you think about Xbox a year ago and it was the entertainment system for your living room, and now it's kind of moving away from that sort of ideal into a gaming station. Um, are you better about that?
I
Are
feel
you
like they're branching out, which is nice because you have your gaming station, like your Xbox. You have your computer, you can play games on it through Windows. You have your tablets, you have your phones, and I think they're all kind of trying to wrap them all in together as one.
Hmm.
For example, I'm sitting in front of my Mac right now, and because my cell phone is right next to it, which is an iPhone, they're already communicating with each other, and I get a little thing in the bottom left hand corner of my computer that says, "Hi, phone, I see you." So anything that shows up on my phone, it's automatically going to show up, on my computer, which is cool.
Right.
And then I have my Apple TV. So I feel like they're just kind of bringing it around full circle. The other thing I feel with Microsoft is they do a whole lot of talking about the future with no information. Hey, we're thinking about doing this, but I don't have anything for you and I have nothing to tell you about it. You know what I mean? Like, that's I feel like they're forced into making announcements because sometimes things get shared that aren't supposed to be shared, and then
Right.
they're like, oh yeah, this and this, but that's all I can tell you right now, which is totally nothing.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I'm really actually a pretty big fan of where they're going right now. I wasn't a fan when they came out and they're like, "Here's our Xbox One. It's gonna help you watch TV." Because I was like, "What?" I was like, "I
I
have
felt the same
DVR
way.
and I have a cable box,
Yep.
and like I don't need help with that. Like,
Yeah,
give me games,
I
give
want
me
to play
content."
games on this. I don't want to watch television.
Yeah, like having a Hulu app, perfect. Fine. If I want to watch Hulu, I'll go watch Hulu. Having YouTube app, fine. I'll do that when I want to do that. I have a computer for those though. If I want to watch them, I can go on my computer. But I buy this console to play games, and I think that they moved back to that. This entire last E3 was like, look at our games, look at all these games. We have so many games, 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 games. And PlayStation kind of took like a step back from that. They were like, we allow you to trade your games with each other, share games, do this, do that. And then this past E3, they're like, look at all of the extra content we have. And I really think that Xbox just had a better E3 because of it. Now, wherever they're going with like more like larger hard drives, couch co-op, all this other stuff, like that's fine.
I have no
Whatever.
interest in couch co-op.
Right. I mean, if I'm gonna play
If I
couch
have to be
co-op,
couch co-op, I mean, if it was like co-op where I can, I love co-op games. Like I could play co-op games all day long. That's why I love Borderlands so much. That's why I'm
yeah.
so excited about this new Assassin's Creed that even though it's a very small portion, there are portions of up to 4 player co-ops. I'm so pumped for that. But I don't want to play like throw your avatar through some rings with your friends. Like I don't have time for that. I want to play games, but that's really up to the developers. So,
Well, I think that anything they send out that is going to be couch co-op will also be over the web co-op too. But like, I I just
I
feel
just don't want
like
it to be corny.
right, and I
Like
feel
these
like
corny, stupid games.
I feel like they're pushing so much more towards, um, like gaming, and I think it's just the right move for them as a whole as a company. So, um, I think it's pretty cool, and I'm a fan.
Well, when they first announced the whole, we're going to make this your whole entertainment system for everything, I was like, I was so offended because I'm like, I just want to play games on this. I don't want anything else.
Right,
And then now, first thing in the morning when my kids wake up, you know,
you're
I
already
hear
talking to
the
your
well,
Xbox.
I hear the ding, and my 2 year old saying Xbox, watch TV in her little small human voice, and it's like it ignores her because it's like you're not speaking English. And Morgan's getting to the point where she can actually tell it to watch TV, and then they get to watch cartoons while I'm getting ready for work. So that's really a big part of our life because we're constantly using it to watch TV and to do
Yeah,
everything. I send messages. But that's it really. TV and gaming. That's it.
right, right. Yeah, it's. I don't know. I just know that I'm a fan.
Well, that's nice. Congratulations.
You're nice.
You suck.
All right. Well, let's get this sucker wrapped up here. What else we got? Anything fun and exciting?
No, I'll be playing more Call of Duty, and once I'm done with Call of Duty, I'll go back to Borderlands, and then when I'm done with Borderlands, it'll probably be time to buy Assassin's. No, actually, I'll probably play Call of Duty until it's time to buy Assassin's Creed, and then once I
Assassin's
finish
Creed is Tuesday.
that,
You're
then
two
I'll
days away.
then I'll go finish Borderlands, and then after that, maybe I'll go back to Destiny, like by my birthday, which is in March. But that's all I got.
No, no, because what is it? Divinity or
Oh yeah,
Division? Division
Division.
comes out.
That's another
So
Ubisoft game. They're great.
truth. Um, let's see. I have COD, and then I have Assassins, and I have pretty much the same schedule that you have for games. So hopefully I'll be able to crank through some and then get back to Shadow of Mordor because I miss it.
You haven't finished it.
Um, I
I want to borrow
haven't.
that.
I'm not even like halfway through. I'm pretty upset that I don't have more time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to just take off a week of work and play it.
You just had a week off. No.
It's okay.
Unless you have
I have another
vacation
week
time.
coming.
Is that
Oh
no?
yeah.
All right, all right.
All
That's it.
right,
That's
all
all I
right.
got.
That's all I got.
All right.
All right, yo. Have a like, comment, subscribe, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Yahoo, Gmail.
Yeah.
What, I don't know what else we
Get
got.
out.
I'm just throwing stuff out there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Check out our stuff, like, comment, favorite, all that other stuff, and yeah, that's it. Hashtag bye.
Bye.